Hello and welcome back to Culture Mosaic, your weekly checkpoint for the most up-to-date information on the local cultural scene and an in-depth look at the most interesting aspects of Vietnamese culture. From Vietnam to the world and back, that's the theme for today's journey. First, we'll begin with a feast not only for the eyes, but also for the taste buds. Flowers as food, right in the heart of romantic Đà Lạt. We'll learn all about that in culture and lifestyles. The love of Vietnamese culture has also brought a fifth-generation descendant of King Hàm Nghi from France back to Vietnam, along with a special gift, a painting created by the exiled king himself. All the details on that journey in this week's On the Mic. And finally, for connecting cultures, another gift, this time from Vietnam to the world, which is coffee, as well as Vietnamese coffee culture. Are you ready for this? Let's jump in. Flavors in Bloom, a culinary journey through Đà Lạt. Descendant of King Hàm Nghi brings former emperor's artistic legacy to Vietnam. The storytellers of Vietnamese coffee. The opening ceremony for the third Ninh Bình Festival was held on Sunday night with Lê Hoài Trung, head of Commission for External Relations, in attendance. Themed Heritage Flow, the 2024 festival features various cultural activities, highlighted by the first ever electronic folk music grand concert. The concert will take place during the closing ceremony at the Thung Nham Eco-Tourism Zone. Through this festival, Ninh Bình aims to strengthen its position as a millennial heritage city. Tiara, the renowned South Korean girl group, made a spectacular return to Vietnam after 7 years, lighting up the stage at the Vincom 20 Cheers to a New Me festival. Their performance brought back cherished memories with iconic hits like Sexy Love and Bo Beep Bo Beep, captivating the audience with nostalgia and youthful energy. The group's gesture of wearing Vietnamese conical hats and saying, "We love Vietnam," thrilled fans, leaving many emotional at seeing their idols live. The festival concluded with a dazzling fireworks display, celebrating Vincom's 20th anniversary and highlighting Vietnam's growing prominence in hosting world-class cultural and music events. Classical music enthusiasts in Hanoi enjoyed a world-class musical feast at the Vienna concert last weekend, featuring renowned artists and the prestigious Vienna Orchestra with a nearly 75-year history. Under the baton of acclaimed conductor Harald Krumpach, alongside virtuoso cellist Peter Somodari, the orchestra performed timeless masterpieces by musical legends Joseph Haydn, Franz Schubert, and Johann Strauss. The audience was transported into the romantic and poetic ambience of Vienna, the world's music capital, with performances blending elegance and joy. On November the 24th, a grand music festival featuring top Vietnamese stars like Sơn Tùng MTP, Isaac, Subin, Hoa Minh Zi, and Hiếu Thứ Hai took place at the August Revolution Square near Hanoi Opera House. It had been a long time since Hanoi hosted such a star-studded outdoor event, drawing massive crowds early in the evening. Sơn Tùng MTP's closing performance was the highlight, attracting around 10,000 fans and transforming the area into a sea of people. The teaser trailer for the cinematic version of Kính Vạn Hoa has been officially released, offering an exciting fresh take. Moving away from the nostalgic vibe of the original, the film promises a lively, humorous atmosphere while maintaining an edge of suspense. The familiar trio, Quý, Lòng, and Hành, return in more mature portrayals, with the brief teaser revealing a new storyline that instantly sparks curiosity. When you arrive in Đà Lạt, the city greets you with endless gardens of vibrant flowers in a spectrum of colors. Beyond its renowned fruits and vegetables, Đà Lat's flowers also serve as a unique ingredient in its culinary culture. More than just decorative accents, these blossoms are transformed into delightful and flavorful dishes. In Culture and Lifestyle this week, join us as we explore the city of 1,000 flowers and savor the incredible cuisine crafted from its beautiful blooms.
This is Teacher Ben's weekend cooking class. Teacher Ben is the short name of Benoit Martin Romans, a Belgian chef who has lived and worked in Đà Lạt for more than 6 years. Today, Ben shares the value of flowers for healthy eating in an exciting and engaging way.
I'm teaching two desserts exactly. One, it's a roses cheesecake with vanilla, and the second dish was butterfly pea cheesecake. I choose roses for the smell, because the roses have a very good smell, and vanilla too. It's a good mix together. For the blue butterfly pea, I choose the color, because we can mixing and diffuse the color in the hot liquid.
Dạ, cái bánh đó là bánh bông hoa, có cái lớp kim ở trên, có hoa hồng với lại hoa gì không biết tên.
Hôm nay con làm bánh phô mai, có hoa hồng, hoa đậu biếc, cả hai cái hoa này thì đều ăn được.
Chủ đề này rất là hay, tại vì gia đình cũng thường trồng rất là nhiều loại hoa ở nhà, những cái chậu nhỏ thôi. Hôm nay thì các bé cũng đã được tiếp cận, thì cũng có sử dụng những cái loại hoa để làm bánh, thì có thể là cũng là một cái góc để các bé thân thiện hơn với môi trường nữa.
Edible flowers are used in many different styles of cuisine and can be found on menus all over the world. Not all flowers are safe to eat, but those that are can offer a unique burst of flavor and color to many dishes, including salads, sauces, beverages, and entrees. Some of them may even offer health benefits.
Cooking flower is very important, and I like the guests know we can introduce the flower first for the vitamin, and after that for the vision. We look first and we test in second, and the art of plate is very important, because the people like that. They want to see freshness on the dish. When they eat the dish, wow, explosion in flavor in the mouth.
Chef Nguyen Huong is the head of organizing board for the event to set a national record, 100 dishes from vegetables and flowers in Đà Lạt, with the aim of raising awareness about local vegetables, fruits, and flowers, thereby expressing the love and passion for the job of the local chefs.
Đà Lạt thì nó có một cái lợi thế là Đà Lạt là một cái vùng trồng hoa, nhưng mà để chọn lựa những cái món hoa sử dụng cho món ăn thì nó đòi hỏi rất là cẩn thận khi sử dụng chế biến món ăn. Cái thứ nhất là món hoa đó nó phải có một cái vị ngọt, nó không có đắng, và loại hoa đó thì tất cả các côn trùng nó thích ăn cái loại hoa đó thì chắc chắn là cái loại hoa đó sẽ ăn được. Và cái thứ hai nữa là cái hoa đó nó sẽ tạo ra một cái vị thơm đặc biệt của một loại hoa. Cái thứ ba, loại hoa đó nó sẽ phù hợp với cái món nguyên liệu chính mình chế biến món ăn đó. Tại Đà Lạt thì nó có rất là nhiều loại hoa mà bản thân tôi đang sử dụng trong cái nhà bếp, thì nó có một cái loại hoa sen cạn là một. Cái thứ hai là hoa viola, nghĩa là người ta ngày xưa người ta kêu là hoa pense. Món thứ ba là hoa kim châm. Tất cả các loại hoa đều là trong một cái cảnh. Hoa thứ tư là hoa hồng. Thứ năm là hoa thiên lý. Và một số loại hoa nữa mà hiện nay nó cũng không thông dụng trong món ăn, nhưng mà nó cũng có một cái vị rất là mạnh. Ví dụ như là marigold là cái loại có một cái vị rất hăng, rất chát, mà cũng cái đó sử dụng cho chế biến những cái loại sốt hoặc dressing cho loại salad thì cũng rất là phù hợp.
It's not put only the flower on a vase in the house or in the garden. We can eat so many kind of flower.
Những đầu bếp sống tại những cái vùng hoa như Đà Lạt mong muốn làm sao đem được những cái đẹp cho người khách mà thông qua những cái hoa sẵn có tại địa phương này.
Dr. Amandine Daba, a fifth-generation descendant of King Hàm Nghi, has gifted the Vietnam Fine Arts Museum with a remarkable painting by the exiled emperor himself, Hillsides in Delhi Ibrahim, Algiers. Chosen by the Hàm Nghi family, this piece is a striking example of the post-impressionist style that the emperor embraced during his years of exile in Africa. Dr. Daba also unveiled the Vietnamese translation of her book, Hàm Nghi, Exiled Emperor, Artist in Algeria, offering a fresh perspective on the monarch who spent nearly his entire life far from home. In a recent interview with VTV International, Dr. Daba shared insights from her research on the life of this tragic figure, a king who, despite living in exile, remained deeply committed to his country and his people, leaving an enduring legacy in both history and art.
On November 12, the Vietnam Museum of Fine Arts held a ceremony to receive the Hills of Delhi Ibrahim, Algiers by King Hàm Nghi. The oil painting, created in 1908, depicts a countryside scene near his home in Algiers. It was signed with the nickname Tử Xuân, a name that he would use for his artistic identity.
Đây chính là món quà đặc biệt và đây có thể nói là một cái nghĩa cử cao đẹp của hậu duệ Vua Hàm Nghi dành tặng Bảo tàng Mỹ thuật Việt Nam. Hiện nay chúng tôi trưng bày tác phẩm do Vua Hàm Nghi sáng tác trong cái không gian của mỹ thuật Đông Dương, bởi vì cái thời kỳ này nó tương đồng với cái thời kỳ ông sáng tác cùng với cái sự phát triển của mỹ thuật Đông Dương thời bấy giờ.
The event's participants praised the painting for its both artistic significance and historical value.
I want to congratulate the Vietnamese authorities for this achievement, and I am confident that the Vietnamese public, who is a fan of art and culture, will appreciate this artistic work and the Algerian fingerprint in it.
Bản thân khi mà đứng trước cái tác phẩm của Vua Hàm Nghi, mình cảm thấy nó có một cái gì đó nó xúc động, nó có một cái gì đó rưng rưng. Từ một vị vua yêu nước bị lưu đày lại trở thành một nghệ sĩ. Cho nên là riêng cái số phận của ông ấy đã là một cái gì đó rất đặc biệt.
Welcome, Dr. Amandine Daba. It's a pleasure to have you here with us today.
Thank you.
So can you share a little bit with us about the painting and how it reflects his style or personality?
Ce tableau est représentatif de
This painting is a representative of his work, as Hàm Nghi's main subject in his paintings was nature and the effects of light. In this case, the painting portrays a sunset, and we can clearly see a study of the atmosphere and colors of the sunset, which was perhaps also a way for him to express a form of sadness related to the loss of his homeland. It was exhibited in 1926 at the Mantel Gallery in Paris, and as such, it is part of the major works chosen by Hàm Nghi himself to be displayed at this important exhibition.
You have exhibited Emperor Hàm Nghi's paintings and his artifacts in France. So what aspect of his story resonated with the French public? Was it his story as the patriotic exiled king or his talent as an artist?
In fact, the French public generally ignores that during the colonial era, the French authorities exiled monarchs. Hàm Nghi was not the only one. There was also the Queen of Madagascar, the King of Dahomey, modern-day Benin, and other Vietnamese emperors who were also exiled. This is a part of colonial history that the French public is generally unaware of. Discovering the story of Emperor Hàm Nghi makes the French public realize this lesser-known aspect of colonial history. The French are very touched by his story, by the fact that he was exiled at the age of 18, still very young. They are also deeply moved by the resilience that Emperor Hàm Nghi found through art. They are touched by his work, which is beautiful and sensitive, and by the way he learned from the great French masters of art to create a work that is very personal.
In addition to the painting donation, Dr. Amandine Daba has also introduced the Vietnamese version of a book titled Hàm Nghi, Exiled Emperor, Artist in Algeria in Hanoi. The book, a 500-page volume, took her 10 years to compile. It was originally published in France by Sorbonne Press in 2019. Hàm Nghi, Exiled Emperor, Artist in Algeria, features 71 pages of artwork, 12 pages of sculptures, and 68 pages of archival photographs.
So how does it feel to see your book, Hàm Nghi, the Exiled Emperor, Artist in Algeria, translated and now available for Vietnamese readers?
I am very happy that my book is finally being published in its Vietnamese version because we have been waiting for this for a long time. It has been a very long translation process, and I am truly grateful to my translator, who did an exceptional job regarding this thick book, as you can see. And I am very excited about that because I believe there is a real interest among the Vietnamese public to learn more about their emperor, especially from an artistic perspective.
And how did family documents and public archives contribute to the creation of your book?
This is the discovery of his personal papers, drafts of letters, and letters he had received, which were kept by his eldest daughter and were thus passed on to me. The collection consists of 2,500 documents, which forms the basis of my doctoral thesis and, later, this book. All the artistic and historical facts presented in the book come from both the private archives of Emperor Hàm Nghi and the colonial archives from the General Government of Algeria and the General Government of Indochina. This allowed me to study both the political perspective of the French and the artistic view of Hàm Nghi himself on his life and work.
And during your research, what important piece of information or details did you unravel?
I think the documents that moved me the most are the drafts of his letters, in which King Hàm Nghi wrote to his friends, sharing his feelings and emotions. He talked about the creation of his paintings, but also about exile and the suffering of exile. The letters that touched me the most are those in which he expressed not only the pain of living in exile, but also his deep love for nature and how painting ultimately allows him to give meaning to his existence.
Dr. Amandine Dabat holds a PhD in art history from Sorbonne University and a master's degree in Vietnamese studies from Paris Diderot University. Amandine Dabat is a great-granddaughter of Princess Nhu Li, Emperor Hàm Nghi's daughter. She is the first in his family to study about Hàm Nghi as a historical figure and an artist.
What inspired your interest in your Vietnamese heritage and your ancestor, Emperor Hàm Nghi? And would you say any of your family members share the same passion for his legacy as you do?
What is a bit surprising is that, before me, there were 3 generations after Emperor Hàm Nghi, and these generations did not really consider him as a historical figure or as an artist. They were not something that was given much importance, because what mattered most was that he is a family member, a father, a grandfather, a great-grandfather. What intrigued me about King Hàm Nghi was a poem that my grandmother once introduced to me. The author of the poem is the female poet Judith Gautier. She published it in her book, and it was about the author's admiration for King Hàm Nghi as an artist. Reading this poem made me realize that my ancestor was not only a historical figure but also an artist. That's why I decided to research more about him. I believe the first time I organized an exhibition of his works was at the Museum of Asian Arts in Nice in 2022. My family members who attended were truly moved to see the paintings of their ancestor on the walls.
Do you have any future plans related to Emperor Hàm Nghi or your connections to Vietnam?
I plan to organize an exhibition dedicated to Emperor Hàm Nghi in March at the Kien Trung Palace in Hue. The exhibition will feature 22 paintings that have been repatriated to Vietnam and are now held in private collections. So these works will be exhibited for the first time in Vietnam in March 2025 in collaboration with the Lan Tin Foundation.
Thank you, Dr. Dabat, for sharing your inspiring story with us, and we look forward to see more of your work in the future.
Thank you very much.
From exporting Vietnamese egg coffee to Japan to telling the story of Vietnamese coffee beans on American product packaging, are hosting immersive workshops to introduce the unique flavors of Vietnamese coffee to the international visitors. Vietnamese coffee enthusiasts are dedicated to sharing their beloved brew with the world. Join us this week on Connecting Cultures as we meet the individuals behind these initiatives. Those are storytellers who bring the diversity and depth of Vietnam's coffee culture to the global stage.
coffee made its way to Vietnam during the French colonial era in the 1930s. And through the talent and ingenuity of the Vietnamese people, it was transformed to suit local tastes and culture. A testament to this innovation is egg coffee, which emerged during the 1940s as a creative solution to the scarcity of imported dairy products commonly used in coffee.
Bản thân sự tồn tại của dạc cho đến tận ngày hôm nay là 78 năm, kể về câu chuyện về nguồn gốc của món cà phê trứng, câu chuyện về việc mà mình sáng tạo để tìm ra một cái món cà phê nó vừa gần với châu Âu, nó lại rất hợp với Việt Nam. Đó là khi mà ông đã sáng tạo ra tận dụng những cái nguyên liệu rất là sẵn có của người Việt Nam và để trở thành cái món cà phê nó cũng gần với cappuccino của người nước ngoài.
No longer simply a beverage, egg coffee has evolved into a culinary symbol of the capital, standing alongside renowned dishes such as phở and bún chả. It is an experience that draws countless international travelers to Hanoi.
Oh, so we got to know it from TikTok, the recommendation cafe for egg coffee. And also, it's like my first time trying this egg coffee. It's really interesting.
I agree with Germany being a high consumer, top consumer of coffee. They are all addicted there to coffee and nothing works there without coffee. And if I had the possibility to, maybe also in Germany, I don't know if I get it somewhere there around, then I would for sure drink it again.
The innovative spirit of Hanoi's coffee culture has propelled this unique beverage onto the global stage. In 2018, egg coffee reached a global audience when an outlet opened in Yokohama, Japan. CNN has also praised the ingenuity behind this Vietnamese specialty. Vietnam is renowned not only for its innovative coffee brewing techniques, but also for being the world's second largest exporter of coffee beans. In Hanoi Old Quarter, a unique workshop offers visitors an in-depth exploration of Vietnamese coffee. At Raw Coffee Shop, owner Linh shares the distinctive characteristics and flavors of Vietnamese coffee beans with visitors from around the world.
They didn't know that Vietnam has so much variety of coffee. Most of people only know that Vietnam famous for Robusta, but also we have Arabica, Liberica, Typica, Catimot.
During the workshop, attendees sample some of Vietnam's most renowned coffee beans. Linh provides take-home cards with detailed information about growing regions and processing methods. Participants also learn different techniques for brewing these beans into delicious coffee.
I think the most important thing we had today was that not only Robusta is a good quality, but more than Robusta, you have other beans like Liberica and Arabica. The coffee in Vietnam is much better than in France.
The coffee culture in Hanoi is a culture I can relate to very much because just come together with friends and sit and drink coffee together, talk about your day, about what's happening in your life. One day I would love to introduce Vietnamese coffee to more friends.
I think there's a lot of potential in Vietnamese coffee beans. So I sometimes partner with coffee shop or coffee brand, coffee institution in other country to do kind of like a pop-up coffee tasting. And I will bring all the beans from Vietnam. I've been to Thailand, Laos, Malaysia, Hong Kong. They really surprised that Vietnam has such high quality beans.
In the US, Vietnamese coffee has made significant inroads into the market, thanks to the efforts of Sarah Nguyen and her company, Nguyen Coffee Supply. Her products can now be found on the shelves of major grocery chains like Whole Foods, Target, and Safeway nationwide. Labeled as Nguyen Coffee, each package features the story and cultural origin of Vietnamese coffee, making it easy for consumers to recognize authentic Vietnamese coffee.
Our work to bring Vietnamese coffee to the rest of the world and elevate the quality profile requires a lot of education and a lot of storytelling, right? About all the amazing things that are happening in Vietnam's coffee industry and uplifting the people and the culture behind the bean so that we can really deepen the appreciation and deepen the understanding for all the work that we're doing collectively.
You know, it's actually one of our best sellers. I have actually a lot of positive feedback. They actually see a lot of ads on Instagram or Facebook, and they say, oh, they have the coffee here. So they end up getting either 1 or 2 bags. I feel like it's more comfortable for them to see it in person, pick up a bag, read the description.
Vietnamese coffee has come a long way, driven by the passion and dedication of those who strive to share its unique story with the world. These devoted storytellers pour their hearts into showcasing the distinctive charm of homegrown beans, highlighting the richness of culture and sparking a global admiration for Vietnam's coffee.
And that concludes our program for today. To stay connected with us, you can download the VTV Go app from your Google Play or App Store, or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/VTV4Go to enjoy more of our engaging content. Remember to join us next week for another captivating episode of Culture Mosaic. Until then, goodbye for now.